The Cebu provincial government on Thursday, March 28, rolled out intervention response for affected local government units following the Cebu Provincial Board's declaration of a state of calamity throughout the province last Monday. During the coordination meeting, capital department heads wanted to maximize the 59 million pesos funds to ensure the protection of the livelihood and safety of drought-affected farmers and fisher folks. Earlier this week, Cebu Governor Hilario P. Davide III and Vice Governor Agnes A. Magpale have ordered all capital departments to look closely into the mild El Niño situation and immediately craft response plans for the affected sectors. PDRRMO head Baltasar Tribunalo said that as of Thursday, March 28, there are already 29 local government units who submitted their assessment and damage reports, including the city of Carcar, where at least 15,000 stocks of tilapia fingerlings in Barangay Calidngan, Bulinawan, and Guadalupe died due to the prolonged hot weather. Last Monday, 27 LGUs have reported to have suffered damages and losses, which in total has reached an estimated amount of 100 million pesos, according to Tribunalo. Of the estimated amount, 25 million is on agricultural damage, specifically corn produce.
Gikan sa kabukiran, hantod sa kapatagan, hantod sa kasapaan, hantod yun sa atong kadagatan. Grabe kay impact ang weak El Niño niya na. Probisag ka ng huwaw lang yun, no? Ang sobrang init hatag og epekto ngadto sa mga isda nga magpalawom jud panahon sa adlaw. So dunay deprivation pud ang sa income sa atong mga mangingisda.
According to the latest PDRRMO report, some 300 hectares of seaweed in Bantayan and 50 hectares in Santa Fe, both in Bantayan Island, suffered an estimated 28 million pesos worth of damage. Since 2015, the capital and the Philippine Crop Insurance Corporation, or PCIC, provided 14,000 farmers and fishermen with commodity and life insurance through the Agri-Fishery Insurance Program, or AFIP. With this program, insured farmers and fishermen in Cebu province can benefit around 1.8 million pesos worth of claims for their crops and commodities damaged by the drought. With the onset of the El Niño, Davide has supported the Farmer Scientist Training Program, where land tillers were trained to plant alternative crops and other varieties that can sustain the hot weather. Under the capital-sponsored insurance scheme, covered farmers and fishermen affected by the El Niño effects may claim their insurance from PCIC by presenting or submitting the proof of damage to their crops and commodities. Part of the capital's intervention measures include a plan to rent water tanks that will be utilized to conduct water rations in priority affected areas, including the towns of Argao and Dalaget. Cesar Villaflor of the Department of Public Works and Highways 7 assured that the whole units of the agency's heavy equipment will be ready for any deployment, while the DRRM officers and Philippine Red Cross seek for the specific location of affected areas for emergency mobilization. The body, which includes Joel Elomba, Regional Technical Director of the Department of Agriculture 7, and Sheba Dahoy of the DSWD-7, also agreed to conduct a second round of data gathering operation together with the representatives from the regional offices to determine the extent of the damage. Attending the implementation strategy meeting were the Cebu Provincial Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office, Provincial Environment and Natural Resources Office, Provincial Agriculture's Office, Provincial Veterinarian's Office, Provincial General Services Office, Provincial Social Welfare and Development Office, Provincial Information Office, and the Provincial Budget Office. Cebu Vice Governor Agnes A. Magpale advised students and youth leaders to be vigilant against cyber criminals, especially in the recent turn of events where crimes mostly stem from the unverified persons on social media. Magpale said the susceptibility of the youth to be exposed in the dangers of cybercrime is due to its daily use of cellular phones and internet. Magpale was the guest speaker during the first Camotes Island Youth Congress held last March 19 and 20. The Vice Governor addressed at least 250 young leaders and students from the towns of Pilar, Poro, San Francisco, and Todela. Magpale, who is also the co-chairman of the Provincial Women's Commission, narrated how the Cebu provincial government, in coordination with the law enforcement agencies, rescued innocent girls and boys who have fallen victims to cyber pornography, where their nude photos being sold to foreigners. Cebu Governor Hilario P. Davide III, for his part, urged participants to take precaution with whom they would make friends with in the social media. The Youth Congress was organized by the Cebu Provincial Government, Cebu Sangguniang Kabataan Federation, Provincial Youth Council, and the Provincial Social Welfare and Development Office. Topics discussed during the two-day event include team-building activities, advocacy champion topics, and lectures on drugs, social media, mental health, environment, sexually transmitted infection, human immune deficiency virus, and acquired immune deficiency syndrome. The Cebu Provincial Government opened the first temporary holding center for children in conflict with the law, or CICL, in Dalaget Town last Tuesday, March 19. Vice Governor Agnes A. Magpale, Vice Chair of the Philippine Council for the Welfare of Children, and Governor Hilario P. Davide III led the inauguration of the holding center in Dalaget. The capital spent 685,000 pesos for the installation of Bahay Pag-asa, which is a 24-hour child caring institution that offers short-term residential care for CICLs. Magpale recalled that there was a social worker before who became a victim of theft after she brought a child in conflict with the law in her house for a night because there was no temporary holding center available. With the incidents, the Vice Governor said she already foresaw that the province will be dealing with more problems involving the youth, so a temporary shelter is really needed. Provincial Social Welfare and Development Office Chief Marivic Garces said Cebu is the first province in the country that prioritizes such project for the CICLs. In his speech, Davide said that one of the problems that the local government unit is facing is the lack of temporary holding facility for the CICLs. The capital will put at least one holding center called Bahay Pag-asa for all the districts in Cebu. Republic Act 10630, or the Act strengthening the juvenile justice system in the Philippines, provided that each province and highly urbanized city shall be responsible for establishing a Bahay Pag-asa for the CICLs. The Bahay Pag-asa in Dalaget has a bed, shower, comfort room, and cabinets. Cebu Governor Hilario P. Davide III and Vice Governor Agnes A. Magpale led the distribution of land titles for the 86 recipients of Barangay El Pardo in Boljoon Town last March 19. The Easy Land Title application for the landowners is a project of the capital in partnership with the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, Department of Agrarian Reform, and the Registry of Deeds. The 86 residents of El Pardo applied a lot title through their barangay hall, and the distribution was also made right in their town. Among those who attended the distribution were Boljoon Mayor Merlo de Rama, Provincial Assessor Alma Sibunga, and officials of DNR, DAR, and the Registry of Deeds. The governor, however, reminded them that they still need to pay taxes.